All right, so we got the fire going. All the animals are fed. Now it's time to feed me. Don't forget the coffee, of course. We got ourselves some beautiful, thick ribeye steaks. Gonna be freaking delicious. Okay, and then we're gonna season both sides of the steak with ground black pepper and this amazing spice I picked up from a little spice shop in San Antonio on the Riverwalk. It's roasted black garlic sea salt. I've used it before on steaks and it turns out freaking amazing. Like, trust me, so good. And don't be shy when using the spice. I mean, you want that flavor, so be generous. Put it on, rub it in. And since my girls are away for the weekend, I'm home alone. I'm not going to fire up the barbecue pit just for myself. So we're going to cook everything on the stove today. Got myself a nice deep pan that I'm going to cook it on. I'm going to put it on the stove on like a medium-high heat and put some butter in it to melt. And I'm going to use Kerrygold pure Irish butter to cook the steak in. I love this butter so much. It is so good and it cooks so amazingly well. Okay, and then once the butter is melted, that's when we're going to put the steak in. And we're only going to do about 3 minutes on each side. And y'all don't even know how good that smells. It is so good. And then in the meantime, I have shredded up, like finely chopped a clove of garlic because I'm going to add that into the pan as soon as I flip the steak. Then we're going to kind of butter baste the steak while it's cooking for that other half of it. Okay, we just flipped it. It looks amazing. It's got a great crust on it. Now I'm going to add the garlic to the butter and I'm going to start butter basting it while it cooks on the other side. And we are done. So I've taken it out. We're going to let that rest for a little while I cook the mushrooms. Now I've also taken the pan off of the heat for a little while I get the mushrooms ready. And it's real simple with the mushrooms. We're just going to wash them and slice them up real thin. Mushrooms are amazing at absorbing flavor. So I'm going to cook it in that same pan with that butter sauce and the garlic that I used to cook the steak. And it's going to just suck up like a sponge all of that flavor. It's going to be good. Okay, so I've put the pan back on the heat. I got the mushrooms chopped up. They're ready to go. I turned down the heat on the pan because I want to cook the mushrooms slower because I really want them to absorb all that flavor. I'm also going to add in a couple of splashes of Worcestershire sauce. I'm probably saying that wrong, but that's all right. It's delicious. That's all we need to know. Make sure to stir the mushrooms frequently. That way they can really absorb all that flavor that's left in the pan. And then once the mushrooms are done, we're going to take them out of the pan, put them on the side for now, and then we're going to cook a couple of our farm fresh eggs. And then once the eggs are in and about halfway done, I'm going to add a little more butter and then I'm going to cover the pan. I'm not even going to flip them. Then once everything's done, take it off the heat, start plating. And I think those eggs came out beautifully. And we're going to put our rested steak right there. Boom. Oh, it looks and smells so good. And of course, we're going to add our mushrooms to it. Oh man, so good. Salt and pepper to taste and enjoy. I'm going to enjoy it.